Hi everyone, this is me again. I hope that you're listening to me. Let me see. Yes, you're listening to me. That's good. What I'm going to teach you today is kind of complicated. Is called chemics, from science. And today we're going to learn how to apply a formula, which is from chemic, to real life, and also how to use it in the right way. In this occasion, we're going to use a formula that is called the RMG MMGX, which is called the let me look for the name because I don't have it right now here. Let me see. Yes, we can look for that on Google and you will see. So in that way, you can even check that I'm not lying. Okay, RMGX formula name. You would see. This is the Greenard formula. Okay, and this Greenard formula is a representation of a group of halogens which contains chlorine, bromine, and iodine. But also, sometimes it is just a way of representing of to represent a formula of three terms. When I say three terms, is for example the R, the Mg, and the X here. The X we all know that is a variable that is general. For example, if I look here for the images, you can see that the X. Let me see what it is. You see this X here? It says that is the halogen. But actually, the X could be whatever um, other element. Let me show you. For example, you see R minus X here. Yes, it is because X can be, look, this other. X is equal to chlorine or this BR is in Spanish, that is, um, how is the name? Well, we can look for that. BR element name from the table of, of chemics name. You would see the name of that. Br is the bromine. Bromine. Okay? So X is always like a representation of something that is general and is like the result, but also is usually the third term of a third terms equation. And in the green R reaction, we get something that is able to us to get magnetism. I will repeat that. Magnetism or connections or attractions. I will tell you a secret. I did this yesterday. Okay, yesterday. And today I woke up and not even an hour ago, I have just killed two lizards that appeared on my what is the name of that living room. That was weird. I was like, what? How is it that the lizard is in the center of the living room? And that was true. He was there, just like expecting to me. And I killed them too because there was one that was hid below one coat, a huge one, and there was another one that was like this is my house, and I killed both of them. But if you knew my intention was to create a formula that attracts these kind of things, but in a passive way. Because there are people that are too practical for these kind of things. How can I say it? For example, People that put uh, a very huge announcement, right, to their business. But more than that, inside of their business, they also have like a nice, well done porcelana. How is the name of that in English? I don't know, but I know that you know what it is. It is a nice porcelana art that represents the purpose of their business. And also, they have like uh, how can I say it? They have even coins with the face of the business and things like that. And that's not bad. That's not bad. But that is bad when you go and you also make it for technological things. There are people that are hackers, for example, like me. I know about ethical hacking. And what they do is that they put they put that also in a practical way in the in the lifetime, and that's not good because life is life and chemics are chemics. You should put chemics where they belong and your life where they belong. If you mix chemics too much with your life, that will bring forth sicknesses to your life that you will not even be aware of it. And that is not good. You should be able to grab those chemics and make the formula, for example, and after that, you get the reaction, and after that, you get what you needed and you use it. It can be in a technological way, or it can be even a cure for something that you don't even know by the moment. For example, right now I don't know what is the medical reaction of this, but I do know something that this is a replacement of, for example, an antenna. Let me look for that name in English. Antenna is antenna in English. Yes, it's antenna. An antenna is something that you put up over your roof, but also it has another name. Okay, it is called feeler, dish, and aerial. Okay, the aerial that you put over your roof. Sorry, not your roof, your roof. You put the aerial to get signals, right? This formula is kind of something that will help us to avoid having too much things that attract the energy to our house, and that will help us to even replace many people that are always looking for vegetarian solutions. That's not bad. That's not bad. I even like kind of the vegetarian life. But what I'm saying is simple. This is a formula, and it's better to have like solutions straight rather than surrounding yourself with many things or trying to always look out for the best dietary way of being for you to be like a machine of alive. No, 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 no. You are a human. You are a human, and you are not supposed to be surrounded of iron or springs or I don't know. Let's say as Jesus once said, springs of suffering. Jesus called it like that. Jesus said, springs of suffering. If you want to avoid that, you should be able to create sometimes this kind of formulas. And this is going to help you to avoid um, uh, having this necessity of be surrounded of things that are calling like the signal. No, no, no. Remember that. That's no good. Okay? Let's go now to the open board, and now I am going to teach you this formula applied on a way to attract um, this kind of perceptive way, in a very huge way, even better than arachnic ways. Because I will tell you a secret. The one that is working right now, the formula that is working right now, is kind of more attached to spiders. But this one is more attached to lizards. That's why when I created it, even today, a day after that, uh, it was like if the lizard said, "Hey, there's something going on in this house." Woof, they came here. Appeared one on my window. After that, I went to the living room, and there was another one like in the middle of the living room. If you don't know what it means, I do know. It is the reaction of the formula. But it is because I don't have the chemics. If I would have the chemics and I would have used them, maybe I would not have to face three lizards, for example, because it was actually four. There was one outside that I put away, then two ones that I killed, and another one that escaped. So this is something that is real. The sad part is that maybe you won't be able to see. You won't be able to see what I did. But if you have faith in Jesus Christ, you will be able to see it. Okay, let's get into the formula. First thing first, it is called ring art, right? Let's put here like a title. Okay, I have never used this. I have never used this um, editor, but I know that it's not difficult to use. I mean, it should not, you know. Okay, this is the Vincord formula. And what we're gonna do is just to create this formula applied on what we need. First thing is that usually what attracts this kind of signals are iron. Let's put the elements here, okay? Iron, which is represented like this, CH2 Mg, okay? And also Br. Let's say that that's iron, okay? I say let's say because many other people can get different type of irons. There are different type of iron, okay? And also there is one element that is exactly iron and it's called Fa, just like this, Fa. But that one is going to be like the representation of the element on the table, okay? Because we have the table of elements and we have the element itself. I chose this one because this one has Mg, and Mg is magnet. Magnet is something that attracts. But this one is together with CH2, which is something that is like with the softness to be transitionable. I mean, with the capacity of transition. Okay, let's just copy this here and paste it. And now I am going to put the second argument of the Ringard formula, which is CH plus CH plus Mg. And you will say, but how do you know that? Well, because the ring R formula is like this. I will show you. The main formula I will put it on here. R Mg X. And how do I know then that this second element of the formula is Mg? Well, because we are actually representing this here, but in here, I don't know if you get it. Actually, this here, you see this part here, is actually this. but it is being decomposed because that's the way that we get reactions on chemics. Okay, let's copy and paste again. Let's put here again this part. And the last part is Cl, chloruro. Chloruro is like saying, okay, I want this formula, but I also want it clean. Because this is, as you don't believe it, but this is like the liquid way of showing a magnetical camp. That's why, for example, the lizards felt comfortable today morning. Okay, after we got this, let's make like the solution of this. Okay, we're gonna make like a representation of the formula applied. Formula applied. CH11 plus K, which is potassium, and potassium is going to be just here. This means that it is quadratically how can I say summarized, but it is actually this K here is also one mineral. It's not only the element of potassium. It is also a mineral. Okay. After that, we're gonna put Fa, which is the element on the table, and also the last element of the Ringard formula. And we're gonna add a 3 here. What? Why a 3? Because we have 3 elements on the whole formula. And we're gonna make this an equation that we're gonna solve. So this is going to be like this. X is equal to CH11 plus K plus, and we can erase that plus over there and put plus FaCl3, and that's it. That's the result. X, remember that X is like a general way of saying variable. Okay. After this, we're gonna we're gonna try to understand, for example, something that it was very funny. You, for example, let's say this is the CH11 key. Okay. Let's say that this is 12, and let's say that this is no n plus FeCl3. How many crosses were when Jesus was crucified? 3. And let's put here people are different. And you would say, why are you putting that? This is for those who understand things better in a context of linguistics. I have had teachers that are very, 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 very good in linguistic things. And when I came to that area, being honest, I am good also. I'm not like the superhuman or something like that. What I'm trying to say is that even in a semantical way, this is grammatical logic. Okay, after we get this, what we have to do is just to try to change the elements that are here for the representation that they have in animals. You will say, okay, but that's weird. Animals, yes, in animals. But I will tell you one. one thing. You should not abuse of this formula because you don't know the results that you could get. So please, if you're gonna use this formula, use it with humbleness. If you don't use it with humbleness, you will make a lot of disasters. Okay, but if you use it with humbleness, you will understand many things. And if you are better than me in chemics, you can improve this even much more than me. Believe me, I'm just a developer and also a hacker, an ethical hacker, but I am not a chemic scientist. Being honest, I am not a chemic scientist. And but it doesn't mean that you should cut my tongue off because I am saying lies. The only one who has power to take out my life is Jesus of Nazareth and the Holy Spirit. And if I am saying lie, I will give him the right of even take my tongue off and talk by me right now. And I know that he will not do it because right now I have just seen him saying that I am saying the truth. So even though sometimes you call the attention of people, it doesn't mean that you are not doing what is okay. Okay, right now what I did was to translate this formula into how some animals look at it. If you don't know, monkeys like the way that arachnids, lizards, and mouses, rats, live because they have a way of transition and keeping the things that monkeys also like, but they don't have the ability of doing it. So I took the velocity of one spidey and the velocity of the usual rats, and I applied those things and I mixed that with the formula that we learned before of the work of the energy that is W plus Q, just summarizing, which is work plus the variable which contains the work that makes something to be able to move. And that is energy or synergy in certain way. If you're not understanding until this moment, I can understand. But I want you to know something. If you repeat this video sometimes, like maybe today once, and another day and again, in another day again and again, you will learn and you will understand everything. I'm sure about it because what I'm saying also have its sense. You would say, but this and that, but at the end, I know that if you are good on chemics, you would understand. If you are not, or you pretend that you know everything, well, I have a news for you. It is written in the Bible. Those who think that knows, they are not with understanding. The man with understanding pays attention to others, but the fool thinks that knows everything. Holy Scripture. Okay, let's go here. 1:11. Okay, why 1:11? I will tell you a secret. Let's put it, you see here, boom, Control C, Control V, studies, which is the arachnid insect. The studies has a velocity of 1 to 10 centimeters by second. And rats have a velocity of 12.9 kilometers by second. That is equal to 100 centimeters um, by seconds, more or less. Because actually each kilometer in this location is just divided by 100, and it means that rats can run 100. Actually, if I want to put it like super exactly, it's like one something like this, but it's it's not. I mean, doesn't have a super importance right now. What we're gonna take is the same velocity way of showing it, which is 1 10 to 10 and 100 centimeters. And 1 to 10 is represented as 1 divided by 11. Why? See, sorry, multiplied by 11. Why? Well, because you are always continually moving. It is like in the database. In a database, when you save an integer, it is usually saved as 11 characters. Why? Because in the database, you are saying like these numbers are always going to grow. And this is the same thing here. It is not 10, it is 11, what it is represented in the velocity of the spiders. But but why again? Because usually spiders does not only walk, sometimes they jump. And also, if you translate that to human beings, for example, we also don't only walk, we can jog, we can jump, and we are always breathing. That's why we have the number one here. This one represents the breathing stage that is always present on a human or on any animal. Okay, after we got this, what we're gonna do is to take the dígame. No, ya estoy terminando, gracias. No, no, una hora, todavía no una hora. No, ma, gracias. Ok, gracias. Okay, as I was saying, she was talking to me about the lunch, okay? If you want to know something, many people, by the way, sometimes some people are going to think that I'm working because of food. In the name of Jesus Christ, as Shaddai, I rebuke them. 204 divided by 12.9. You would say why? I will tell you why right now. Let's do this fast because actually we are running out of time. I don't want the video to be too large. 6.5 divided by 209 and 80 or 83. Okay, you may say, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting, and it's true. This is interesting. I will tell you, look, you see this 204? This 204 represents is actually, let me see what it is. It is represents the force of the gravity divided by 10, which is 6,664 divided by 10. We can even do it. Let's see, just to test it, because I don't like to say things just by saying them. 6,664 divided by 10. This is 4 divided by 10. No, it's not the. Oh, yes, yes, I know from where it is coming. You see, this 204, it is, let's see, 12. that night by no. Where did I get it? I don't remember that. 204. Yes, I know Jesus Christ, little rooster. Thank you. Yes, I got 204. I remember. Sometimes I make formulas and I don't remember everything, and that's the sad part of being like a, like this because you can you can save everything. But let's just say that it is just if I'm not wrong, it is the word um divided, but yes, it is the work divided on something which is in this case the Spideys, I think. So it is like 10 divided by 164. But no, 204. Oh yes, I know. But the thing is that I don't remember what I actually did something that got that number, and I know that you could get it. If you could get it by me, that would be amazing. Because I can't do everything. But let's just imagine that this is mixed and also has to be with the formula itself. Sadly, sometimes we have to leave the things like that. Jesus said that whoever humbles himself will be exalted. So let's leave it like that. I don't care about being exalted in this moment. I was very sure of what I was doing, but if he wants to, that's his position. And by the way, I'm not Catholic and I don't like it. Okay, 81, 39 plus 0, 0, 3, 11 equal to 26, 84, 5. And we're going to use 80. We're going to just copy this part here. And, and that's it. See, for example, this is 80. You may be wondering from what is coming all these things. Well, actually, if I am not wrong, this is the representation of the iron, and this is the velocity of the rat. And here we have the representation of the space or magnetism. And sorry, this is the representation of the space and the magnetism, and this is the velocity of the spies or rats. I really don't remember everything, but what I know is that this is the way that we convert these to these with the velocity of the rats. I am so disappointed right now, but I will love this video because I know that it will be useful useful to someone that is humble. I don't care about anyone else because actually lately I have been like that. Um, look, spiders I have put that. Gravity, I represent it as 66 for time, time millimeters by 10. What is it? 6? Okay. There is a way of putting the elevation sign. Let me see. Okay, by 10. And this is the gravitational wave, okay? And also the energy, I represented the energy in this way. Energy is very clear. Energy is equal to work plus Q, which is work plus the container or variable which is um, which is executed. Okay, and this is everything. Um, Also, we have to know what is the, just to finish, we have to know what is the weight that is being, that causes the magnetism. And it is like this. Weight of calling the magnetism in this way, in this occasion is this. Fa and I, CO. And that's it. Okay, if you don't understand everything, I would love that the Holy Spirit show it to you in another way. I don't know. But that's everything. I can't explain to you everything because right now I don't know um, from where comes the 204. And I know that I could get it, but being honest, I am hungry. Because this explanation is very, very huge. And even my mother was saying that I am talking a lot right now. So I know that you will be okay with this. I have gave you everything. And if you want to know from where was my inspiration, is this. It was not the Ringard formula. Just to finish, it was this. Iron plus Mg or magnet plus energy. See you in the next time and remember that Jesus Christ loves you as no one else. Bye bye.